My favorite aspect of teaching at American International College is the diversity of its student body, and also being in a location where also give you the opportunity to work with diverse population as well. It also allow us to give back to our community that sometimes some of its population are much need of occupational therapy services. So our students have the opportunity to work with children in the public school here in Springfield area, but also we have the opportunity to address also older adult needs in some of the assisted living and senior centers in the area as well. I also like working with the supportive faculty body as well. So we are like family, supporting each other and working together in team as a team, but also working with other discipline such as nursing, exercise science, physical therapy, and public health as well. So how I become interested in occupational therapy, it's a funny story actually. When I moved to this country in 2000, I could not speak English, and you can tell from my Boston accent. For example, my when I started learning English, I was in Queen Sigmund Community College, and so one of the things that they do, they send you some brochures about some programs that you will be maybe interested in, some associate degrees programs. And one time while I was actually working with children with autism, and I liked working with those children as well, because we were doing something similar to OT, but I wasn't aware of what OT is then. And suddenly, one day, my wife she brought me a brochure and said that this program is from Queen Sigmund Community College in Worcester, about how to become an occupational therapy assistant, a 2 years program. And I become interested in it. I went, and she told me, just here, go study this. So actually I went and I studied it and become an occupational therapy assistant. Later on, I get my master's degree at Salem State University, become an occupational therapist, and later on, while working as well full-time, went back to Boston University and received my doctorate in occupational therapy. So occupational therapy initially was founded in 1917 and to address mainly the needs of returning soldiers, wounded soldiers from physically and mentally from the World War One, and it evolved for a century now, and now you can find occupational therapy almost in every walk of life, and also addressing the needs of people throughout lifespan. So you may find occupational therapy services provided at the NICU unit with just a newborn baby, or also you find occupational therapy at the school system, addressing a child to access curriculum, maybe a child who has ADHD, a child who has learning disability, a child who has a problem with handwriting. So occupational therapy practitioners have the skills to overcome those obstacles to allow the child to access curriculum and have the ability to play, which we all know through play children can learn a lot, and unfortunately sometimes they may not even have the ability to play because of whatever disability they are facing. Also occupational therapy can work also with youth and teenagers. For example, a teenager who is having some struggle with self-regulation. So occupational therapy has the strategies to help them find some coping mechanism and strategies to overcome that issue. Also, teenagers who are having some type of disability and they are transitioning to the adulthood, and occupational therapy practitioners will be able to help them access vocational opportunities despite whatever problem they have. The adult occupational therapy has even evolved from medical model to the community-based model. So we bring services to people through, for example, home care, and going to communities and addressing some issues or maybe a problem that that community may have through creating a well-developed program, evidence-based and science-driven program to address those needs. So you may find also occupational therapy services in a hospital, in a nursing home, in assisted living, and in the community, of course. And also we work with older adults. For example, on older adults who is having low vision issues, we can go to the older adults' home and modify the environment, modify the task, providing some assistive technology and adaptive equipment to help the person function at their highest level possible. So the uniqueness about the occupational therapy program at the IC is that we have a diverse body. And we have also some international students as well. The other thing, as I mentioned earlier, it's our location. It calls for also action and giving back to the community. So we find our students working in local organizations and helping and volunteering. Another thing about great about AIC occupational therapy program, we start providing post-professional occupational doctorate, post-professional doctorate occupational therapy here at the IC, and we have now a lot of students who actually graduated with master program earlier, and now because of their commitment and their love for IC, they came back as a doctorate student as well.